Hey guys, welcome back.
We're in Aiden's bedroom.
Yeah.
But let me say one thing about this podcast today. We don't have a topic.
No. We're gonna just yap.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk.
We're gonna yap, we're gonna talk about life.
But I do want to talk about the way that I'm actually getting zero sleep. Like, it's starting to become a genuine issue for my health. Like, I'm waking up every day and I feel my body like, I go to sleep at between 4 and 3 every single day.
I feel like I have the opposite problem.
Bella sleeps. I'm not even trying to be like...
No, I get so much... Okay, here's the thing. I go to bed late. I go to bed at like 1, 2, 3. I wake up either for my 10 a.m. or Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, no, it's the issue for me is that I go to bed late and wake up really early because I have classes every day, and then I'm sleeping from after my classes until like 7 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my god, hey guys, like I know y'all missed me. No. How do you fix that? And the answer is go to bed early. Go to bed early. Listen to this, Aiden, when you're watching this video before Bella posts it, go to bed early. It is not that difficult, like actually. Yes, it is.
It's so difficult because we hang out for so late, and then we're like, oh, it's like not even that late. Like, it's fine.
No, it's literally chill.
2 a.m. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, also, new place update. We used to go to Southside a lot. You remember, it was fun in the beginning of the semester.
The way we describe it is it's like a bar.
It's like, but there's also like bowling, but it's kind of just.
No one does bowling.
But it's 18 plus on Thursdays, and you know, like Thursday, like you can't cough when I'm speaking. It's like, girl, you're going out on a Thursday. Like Thursday's when the weekend starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
especially here because I feel like going out is very much like Thursday night, Friday nights, and Saturday and Sunday is like chill.
Saturday sometimes is party, but Sunday's chill every single time. Everyone would go in the beginning of the semester.
So we have some Southside fucking stories.
Oh my god.
It was so fun.
Until it was not. Like, until it wasn't.
It was very much, like, it was like, we're going to Southside tonight. It was very much a hit or miss.
It's very much a hit or, yes, exactly.
It was either we went there and we had the best time, or we went there and we had...
And, like, literally, I would never want to go back ever again. And I would go back.
So, let's get into our stories.
Okay.
Start with your story.
Okay. So, this is, like, beginning of first semester. I'm dancing. I looked good. My hair half up, half down. I was wearing that black top with the little metal thing right here. So I was dancing. I was doing my little 1-2. I was doing what I needed to do.
Yeah.
This guy, I kept seeing him, like, peeping me. I kept seeing him looking at me from, like, across, like, the bar. And I was like, he's looking at me. He was a fine guy or whatever. And he was staring at me and I was like, okay. So I looked at him and I was like, come here. Because I don't know. I was feeling bold. So he came up to me and like he didn't even like say anything. He was like, hey, and then like he's behind me all of a sudden, and I'm like I'm doing my little 1-2. I'm like, hey, you know, it was fun for the 5 minutes that he was there. But he was like touching on me, right? Okay. And like he did touch right there. And like, I mean, it's not. I'm not lying to you, baby. I mean, ask the audience.
There.
Like it's there.
there.
And so he walks away after we were dancing. I was like, okay, like I had a little fun dance with the guy.
Was he still dancing with you after he had touched?
Mm-hmm.
Or did he like...
No.
Because it'd be different if he left right after.
No, he was dancing with me like during that. So anyways, so he walks away after that. And I was like, okay, like bye. He comes back to me as I'm dancing with Chris. And you know when me and Chris are dancing, it's like bop, bop, bop. Like we're moving, okay? You know what I mean? It's boom, 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 boom. So he comes up to me. He's like, I have a question. Are you a boy or a girl? Girl, I mean, it is not that hard to tell.
It is not.
I have long hair.
Like, I know it's like...
I understand where he's coming from.
It's like a first, second meeting. I get
literally millisecond, but you would know immediately.
Yeah, you would know.
What I mean?
You're just a guy, yeah.
And, like... So, obviously, I was like, well, I'm a guy.
Yeah.
I was like, no beef or anything. I was like, I hope that's cool. Like, I wasn't being rude or anything. I'm like, because it's understandable. Like, I can understand why someone would be like, oh, like that, like, okay. But he was like, what the fuck? And then, I turned my head because I'm like, bitch, I don't have to deal with that shit. I'm like, I'm having a good time with my friends. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, my head gets pushed like that. And I was like, one thing about me is, I don't play.
You do not play.
I do not play. I literally do not play. So I turned around so quick. I was like, who did that? And I just see this man running through the fucking crowd, outside through the door.
He ran away from you?
He ran away after he hit me in the back of the head. I was filled with rage. I looked at Chris and I was like, did he just hit me? Chris was like, oh, he did. Chris grabbed me. I don't really remember everyone was there, but it was a big group of people. And I was like, yeah, let's go. So we found this man outside. I was like, you hit me in the back of the head. I was like, you hit me in the back of the head. Okay, I'm going to say something. What I said to him, don't think differently of me. So I was like, you're a fucking faggot. I was like, get the fuck away from me. I was like, you stupid fucking faggot. I was like, download Grindr, bitch. Chris is getting on him. He's like, you're gay, you're gay, you're gay. Debbie and Lily are like, bitch, like, I'm not fucking doing that shit. It was really bad. We cornered this man. Then this man's, I guess, like, best friend or something. He's like 6'3". Fine. This man was so fine. He came over there and he was like, what's the problem? Like, you can't even be mad. Like, he was like, the only issue is like you dressing like a girl. Don't
What?
Do not say that to me. The only issue is your man being tempted by me. Thank you very much, and come again.
Is your friend being gay?
Correct. I'm not even saying he's gay. Like, he was probably just confused. But to sit there and be like, it's an issue for me to dress like a girl. No, I dress like Aiden. I dress how I want to dress. It's not me dressing like a girl, baby. I am dressing how I want to dress. Please come correct. So at that point, I'm like, ah! I'm pulling all the dramaticism out. Like, I am being so dramatic. I'm like, oh, why would you say that to me? Like, you really are about to get hit. I'm like, I'm not fucking playing with you. I'm not fucking playing with you. Like, I have never been that.
Valid.
I was being ratchet. And I do regret being ratchet. But I don't know. It brought something in my body out that made me just want to attack this man. I was ready to fight him. He knew I was ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was sitting there ready for him to enter my personal space bubble because I'm not about to start a fight. But if he wants to enter my personal space bubble, my dad has always told me that once they enter that little square you have around you, then it's all for it. And I'm not fighting to, like, hit you and make you hurt a little bit. I'm fighting to
show you who's...
I'm fighting to win. I'm fighting to win and do whatever I need to do. Thank you. Enough said. So all of y'all watching that heard that. Thank you.
Like, just be careful outside. There was this one time, we were like, what was it? We went upstairs. There's like a downstairs and upstairs. We were upstairs and we were walking past the bar to go outside. And there was this guy. Yes! And this guy goes...
I'm gonna go to sleep.
What did he say? He was like, Aiden and Chris walked by and I'm behind him.
He's like, you're gay as shit.
He goes, you're gay
are you stating
as
the
shit.
obvious? Are you stating the obvious?
In a very judgmental way.
And I was like, yeah, and he was like, no, I'm just saying you're gay. And I was like, and I'm just saying you're a fucking bitch. Ratchet again, and I'm cussing a lot. I'm sorry.
They walk out, Aiden tells me to hop in. I'm like, oh, it's not gonna slide. So we walk back in.
Not gonna slide.
We walk back inside to go downstairs, and I just turn and I look at this man. And I just go, there's a big ass smile on my face. And I just felt wrong.
And he was like, what's the issue?
And he was like, I don't know the issue.
What's the issue?
Like, he's acting like a 5-year-old
like a child.
boy. He was like, did you just see that? Like, she just flipped me off. Like, this 18-year-old girl like just flipped me off. Like, boy.
And at that point, we walked away.
That's embarrassing.
So we're walking back up the stairs later that night, and he's walking by me, and he stops me, and he's like, I just wanted to say, like, I didn't mean anything like offensive.
There's no beef.
Or like, there's no beef. There was no beef in the first place. Like, there was no beef in the first place. Like, literally nothing had to be said. It didn't even need to be a big deal. But it was the tone and the way that you said it. Like, you're gay as shit. Like, it's a fucking bad thing or something like that.
Yeah.
Get out of my face. You know what I mean?
That.
And, like, after he said that, I was like, obviously he's embarrassed because he wasn't expecting me to, like, clock him and, like,
yeah,
to stand up for myself because I guess he wasn't expecting that. Like, I could see that he, like, genuinely was just, like, drunk and, like...
But just, like, don't say that.
But just don't say that shit. So, I was over that, whatever. But... The bathroom there, let me just say, is, like, so scary.
It was weird because instead of a mirror, it was nothing.
Yeah,
so the girls' and the guys' bathroom was connected. You could see through.
Like...
The sinks were across from each other.
It was insane, but,
It was weird.
I probably won't be back there, but,
There was also just, like, a cover... And just like a ton.
Yeah, it was like an $11 cover, and like you had to wear a belt if you were a guy, which is not a big deal. But like, what if you forget your belt? You know what I mean? I want you to say hey, hey. I also want to say my mom, my aunt has asked me, why did Chris leave the podcast?
So many people ask.
So many people. They're thinking we're beefing. I just want to clear the air with that. We're not beefing. We all still love each other.
Victor.
I don't know Ambla, honestly.
Shout out Ambla.
Shout out girls and the gays.
Shout out girls and gays, but Victor, one of our guy friends, literally said it. He was like, "Bella, why did Chris leave the podcast?" And I was like, "Why'd say Chris leave the podcast?"
Because I said too much.
But it's okay, because we still love him.
Pocket.
and he's still our favorite person.
Yeah, he's
ever.
literally still our best
Like,
friend.
can we talk about the fact that we still bring up Chris all the time?
Tristan, our manager, is back.
By popular demand.
We're
No,
in close
honestly-
this time.
Guys, don't we just look like a happy, loving family?
We are. So now my Southside story time.
Oh my-
Aiden and Chris make fun of me for it to this day.
I
So
love
it's not
it.
really Southside, but it's a guy who
No,
went to Southside.
that's Southside.
Okay, so basically we went to Southside one night, and it was like
Georgia line worker, like
2 a.m. No, we didn't meet him at Southside.
it's like 1:30.
Okay, it was like 1. Oh, okay. Like, sorry, big difference.
Okay,
like,
wow.
30, and we were like, we're gonna walk home. Like, we had this burst of energy, and
Granted,
we were
it's like 3 miles away, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're
when you're tired from dancing, we're like, whatever. Like, we'll just walk. I had never walked before, so
granted, we all had pocket knives in our pocket. Like we weren't playing around.
I had my peppers away as always.
Yeah.
But we were walking down the streets, and we're like 2 minutes away from Southside, so close. These guys had just came from Southside, and they come up to us,
All of them were ugly except one of them.
except for one.
Except one of them.
And he comes up to us at the hot one.
And like we were also just a little bit like, why are these men coming up to us?
Yeah.
We're outside, like get away. Like
It was weird.
hand in my pocket, like I'm ready to.
It was weird at first.
But
Was
then,
that also when the short guy was falling out?
oh
my god!
yeah,
That
this
was the same
weird,
night that
this
short guy-
weird little man with like red sunglasses was walking with us because I guess he didn't have like, he was
And I was
he was
scared-
older and he had a
I was
wedding
scared the
ring.
guy who started walking with us was gonna think we were friends with him.
No, I know. I was like, can you like actually like step away? He was just walking the same way, but it's like I was the. My mom and dad are gonna be watching. I promise you.
They were not bad.
We know.
They were sweet guys.
Yeah.
But so they stop us, and the hot one was talking to us, specifically me.
Specifically Bella.
And he was this was also like
He looks like Simon from Alvin and the Chipmunks, except human, if that makes sense. And like built, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
No, like actually perfect description.
Actually, very good. This was like my first month into college, I feel like. Or like a month after college.
Maybe
It was
a month and a half.
It was very early on. And so he stopped us and he was like, do y'all know how to get to downtown Chattanooga?
Girl, we're
We
in downtown.
said, boy, we're in downtown Chattanooga.
Like,
And he was like, yeah, I know, but like more downtown or whatever. And he like kept going and we were like, we're here or whatever. And he was like, oh. And then he was like, you're really beautiful. Like, can I get your Snapchat?
I was like,
that.
Bella!
And I was like, oh my god, like that's so sweet. I'm sitting over here like thinking
The bare minimum, to be
I'm
honest.
sitting over here thinking I'm at the love of my life.
But like at the time, like we were both, me and Bella were both like, oh my god, like, you just met the love of your life. Like, oh.
He gives me his phone. I go on Snapchat. I like search up my name, and I click my profile.
But you didn't
and
add yourself.
Don't click add. And I click add. I had the mindset of like, oh, like maybe he doesn't want me to add myself. Like maybe he's just asking to be nice. Like I don't know.
This is when the overthinking takes control, and you need to throw it away.
I gave the phone back to him. Later do I find out he thought I added myself, so he never adds me. So, but we'll get to that.
So how
So he ends up walking us back to our dorm, basically. Or
Well,
like
no.
basically.
He walks us to campus, but he didn't walk us to our dorm because we didn't want him to know, like,
Yeah, he had to go too, I think. He was like, my friend's here.
yeah.
But they walk like a good amount with us and just
Yeah.
like he was asking us questions. Like he was a really sweet guy.
He was talking about it the whole time. Me and Chris were kind of just in our own world.
The next week, I'm like, oh, this man like still has that out of me. Like I'm over here thinking like, oh, okay, like that's how it is. I see him at Southside the next week. And I'm being a bold person. Like normally I would do this, but like I go up to him and I'm like, you never added me. And he was like, you never added me. He thought I added myself. And then never added back. I just was waiting for him to add me. So then I was like, oh. And so he gives me his phone and I actually add myself this time. And this is actually funny. That night at Southside, he like adds me, we start snapping each other. And then like an hour later I see him like dancing with a girl. Like this girl was on him. And I was like, okay.
Oh, that's unique.
Okay. Later that night, he chats me or something and says something. And I was being a petty ass bitch, and I was like, well, I didn't think you wanted to talk to me because you were dancing with another girl.
No, but like as you should.
And he was like, oh, sorry, like that was an old friend from high school, like.
You don't have to lie. Just say you were.
He was like, let's start over. Like, do you want to go on a date?
They went on a date.
And I was like, sure. We go on a date.
Which it was a cute date. They went to Signal Mountain and like just hung out, and then y'all watched a movie?
Yeah, we got food and watched a movie.
Aww.
She was
Do you remember what movie you watched?
Anyways, but that guy said some questionable stuff on that date. He was like, next time we should go camping, and I'm gonna bring my gun, and I was,
And if you don't know Bella,
and I'm a girl from California, like
she's not
I
a
don't
gun.
even like.
She's not a gun girly.
I'm not a gun girly, and you're telling me you're gonna bring your. We didn't mesh.
To say that they didn't mesh is like to say ranch and apples mesh. You know what I mean? But like looked good together.
We were just very much opposites,
Yeah.
and that's that story. He's actually very irrelevant, but I just said that story because
We
it
were
was a
just talking-
Southside story.
But the reason we were talking about Southside is so we could get to this new location that just dropped, Whiskey Cowgirl.
Whiskey Cowgirl.
I love Whiskey Cowgirl, and it needs to be
It's
talked
so
about.
fun, and it has.
It's like
Everyone started
Southside
going.
except not Ratchet. You know what I mean?
Everyone started going, and we were like, "Wait, should we
Well,
go?"
And we went.
And on a random Thursday.
And the line is so small.
It's like 5 minutes. Southside was 2 hours.
Yeah, literally 2 hours. The line was 2 hours every single time. Yeah, but I recommend Whiskey Cowgirl.
Aiden.
Can you lay down with me?
Alright, so we texted our friend group chat and we said, guys, give us ideas of things to talk about. And our bestie Annabelle said hot takes. We're gonna do hot takes.
Hot take.
If you're giving mixed signals, you're an automatic ick.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Hot take. I don't think that talking to someone means that you have to be exclusive. Oh, hot take.
I agree.
Just because here's the thing. You could be talking to someone, you're testing out the waters, you know what I mean? What is stopping you from testing out the waters with other people at the same time?
I agree. I think it's...
To an extent.
I think a talking stage,
It's different than...
it doesn't mean you're exclusive, but I think if you're having a serious talking stage, you should have the exclusive
respect.
talk.
You should the exclusive talk, and there should be a respect there to not talk.
I also think if you're in such a serious talking stage, why aren't you dating it?
Well, you have to test out the waters. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Wait, I have another one. Another hot take. If you wear Hey Dudes, get away from me. I'm not to say if that's the shoe that your parents got you and like wear that shoe and I will never judge you for that. But if you were choosing
You tried
to
to
get
say
Hey,
that.
yeah, I tried to say it. I don't want it to be in like a way that like I mean any shoe that you can wear. I'm proud that you can wear that shoe. I'm trying to do like media trade right now. But hey, I just hate Hey Dudes.
No, I get that.
Also, hot take: Birkenstock clogs. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
A man that wears Birkenstocks.
Okay, but
I'm not a fan.
but like a man that wears Birkenstock clogs, it's just like you're hotter. But like I'm not a fan of.
Okay,
This.
hot take. If you're too cocky, you're an automatic ick for me. Oh my god,
You
if
took
you're
the words
full
out of my
of
mouth.
yourself,
If you think that you are fine shit and like that and that I'm like and
I want you to have confidence. Like, don't
Oh,
get me
obviously,
wrong.
like, be a confident
be
man.
a confident man. Be confident in yourself.
but if you think for a second that you are better than me or that you could pull hotter than me, maybe just reconsider and never speak to me ever again. Hot take for Bella. Bella's gonna be a little offended by this, but if you say you aren't ready for a relationship, and you a month later is in a committed relationship,
Do you have to clock me? Dude's got yes. Has that happened to me? Yes. Okay, listen. Was he an asshole?
was he ugly? Yes.
Yes, but like, was he ugly cute?
No, he wasn't though. Maybe.
Alright, God. Hot take for Aiden. If he wants to meet with you in a ditch for the first time, maybe you should take that as a red flag.
Hot take for Bella. If he wants to watch a movie, maybe you're not going to be watching the movie.
We're gonna do he's a 10. He's a 10, but he's a male manipulator.
He's a
10.
10. He's a 10. He's a 10. He's a 10, but he has no manners. Like when he's talking to your parents, like he doesn't open the door for you. He didn't like bring you flowers, none of that shit.
5. Flowers and open door, that's fine. But like,
That is not fine. That is not fine.
no, but like what I mean is like
He doesn't say
that's-
like, he doesn't like,
manners in front of my parents, that's a different
Yeah.
story. If you're not saying thank you and please to my
Yeah,
parents,
he's
that's,
not.
that's a completely different story.
I
That's
feel
like
like
5.
that's a
story.
0
That's
for
a
me.
0.
That's
Yeah.
a 0 for me.
That's a 0.
You have to have the utmost respect for my parents.
He's a 10, but he looks like he's never washed his hair.
He's still a 10. And you know who you are. No, you don't.
He's a 10. Well,
Yeah, He's an 8.
It does bring it down to an 8.
8.5.
8.5. He's a 2, but he has good style.
Fuck, that has to make him a 5 for me. It brings him up a good. It brings him up.
It would only
3
bring him
points.
up like a 3 to me. A 2?
Yeah, he's a 2, but he has really good style. That will bring you up for me. He's a 10, but he low-key says the N-word.
0. I don't fuck with that.
1. Just because I feel like there's that one point that it's like, you know, like they could change. Like
I just think like, what's the point of you saying that? Like.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No, but I
agree 100%. But like, there's always like that. Like they could change, but at the same time, it's like, why are you saying that? He's a 10, but he's a stoner. I mean, like he smokes every single day.
I think it gets to a point where it's too much.
It gets to a point, yeah.
I'd say that.
I'd say that brings you down to a 6 or 7
yeah,
for me.
he's a 10, but he's low-key an alcoholic.
Oh, he's a 0.
Shut up!
My thing with that is the reason that it goes from 10 to 0 is because alcoholics are like aggressive. You know what I mean? And let a man try to be abusive to me, like it's like
it's just not you.
You
like,
shouldn't even try to
Yeah.
test out the waters with that because it's like that could seriously be dangerous. You know what I mean? So yeah, no,
100%.
that's a 0 for me.
100%.
He's a 10, but he's low key ableist. Like he's like rude to like people with like disabilities.
0.
0 immediately. Immediately.
I would
0.
never talk to you guys.
Immediately 0. I mean, my mom's a special ed teacher. Like immediately
Yeah.
0.
He's a 10, but he only wears his Speedos.
He's a 10.
Ew!
He's a 10.
You're going to the beach with him and he wears a Speedo?
Baby, and I'm looking. Thank you. Like, thank you for the view.
I have one for you specifically.
Oh.
He's a 10, but he low-key, like, only thinking about girls is the only thing that turns him on.
Then why would he be looking at me?
No, but like you're dating.
We're a 10. I'm just kidding. He's a 10, but he's in a relationship.
I would call that a 0.
He's a 10, but he's like weirdly obsessed with you in a way that it's like, you know he shouldn't be, but he is.
Well, I really kind of fuck with that then.
I mean, it's still a 10 for me. Like, it's still a 10 for me, in my
still
opinion.
a 10 for me.
Right?
I mean, unless he like it does weird stuff with the weird obsession.
Guys, we're literally just yapping today. Like, we just had no topic, so we're just like literally speaking about whatever. And when you think about your dream house, like big, small, no matter what, like a type of vibe.
Modern.
Modern? You're so Kim K.
Modern with a little bit of an oldie vibe.
Okay.
Like, I definitely want a homey vibe to it. Like, I want it to be filled with furniture, filled with pictures. Like, kind of like my house on the outside,
Yeah.
but on the inside a lot more homey.
Okay.
Like, love my mom to death, but she's very much of a minimalist.
She's Kim K. She is Kim K. Her house is literally like beautiful, but like
Minimal, very minimalist.
so minimal. But like in a
And
cute way. In a cute way.
Cute way, it's cute for her. I want more design in my house.
Okay, I
So
see
I
that
want-
for you too.
Kind of modern, but at the same time, older too. Like my grandparents used to, their house in Pennsylvania was like gorgeous, kind of like that. But obviously you don't know what I'm talking about. But like, I don't know, like older, but at the same time, some modern vibes. My dream would be a pool. Love me a pool.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then depending on how many kids I have, but I also would probably want like a guest room. What about you?
My dream house is like, so this is like unrealistic, but like realistic because it will be happening for me. I want like a Mediterranean style house. You know what I'm
Okay.
talking about? Like the tiles and like usually
Yes.
there's like
like kind of like your room.
yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like how it's like in the houses there's like in the middle of it it's like open and there's like a little like area in the middle, like outside, like very like open to the outside and that stuff, or modern but like with like industrial hints. If
Okay.
that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like ooh, like an industrial farmhouse, which I know is so basic, but like or just a farmhouse, honestly. I could see myself having a
I
farm.
could see yourself in your farm.
And I do want to have 8 rooms. One for me, one for my 6 kids, and one for a kid.
Anyway, one for your 6 kids?
No, I mean 6 for 6 for my 6 kids. One for me.
It wants 8 rooms.
Fuck you.
One.
Like
One
no.
for 6 kids, and all the other ones are just gonna be empty.
My offices. Thank you.
6 kids?
6 kids, yes.
You know how expensive that's gonna be?
For who? I'm gonna be rich. It's okay if I'm not. I'll be
If you're
happy.
not, I'll just keep
I'll be happy regardless of anything, wherever my life goes. I know I have people.
No, but if Aiden's not rich and I'm rich, and vice versa, why are we gonna live in each other's
like,
house?
we got each other. We're chilling.
Dream job. You don't have one.
I can say my dream job. It's like extremely unrealistic.
What is it?
Run remote. And you think I'm playing it? Guys, I just told Bella my dream job, and she laughed at me and my face. She laughed at me and my face.
No,
Oh!
no, you're gorgeous enough for it. You're just too short.
Okay, Bella.
My dream job is, I think, to be a social worker.
Social work.
Actually, there is something I do want to talk about. You guys, if there is a group assignment and it's like a big percentage of your grade, right? So maybe you're taking a nap and maybe you don't wake up for the group work that's outside of class and maybe you miss it. So then you email your teacher and you're like, hey, I didn't go to the teamwork assignment thingy, so don't grade me for the group work. I will do it on my own. You know what I mean? And then you do it on your own, and it's literally one of the best essays you've ever written in your life. Like, so amazing. You were in detail. You picked such a good topic. It's amazing. She gives you 0 points because you didn't do it with a group. These people had 5 people in their group. 5 groups, and everyone had 5 people in their group, and I did it alone. And in fact, not to toot my own horn, but I had the best discussion post in the class, in my opinion. And you're gonna give
It's
me.
annoying.
You're not even gonna give me half credit. Like, oh, okay. That's
But I think
perfect.
she's trying to teach you
She is trying to teach me.
what
And, like,
college is about.
professors are a little bit more strict, but it's just like you don't understand. Like, it's.
No, I know. It's so annoying. And you
It's-
did put in so much effort
I
into that.
put in so
I
much
do
effort.
think maybe you could have put in more effort if you didn't.
Okay.
take that.
Okay. Thank you. I needed that.
No,
now.
that does suck though. So, that is the end of today's video.
What the hell did you just say? But keep that in the video. Bye. Honestly,
Bye.
you guys, we literally just like. This is one of those podcasts where it's just like it genuinely.
We yapped. This
we
is yapped.
yapped. So.
And next week we're gonna have some guests on.
Did I hit your eye? We love you guys.
We love you
and
guys.
we hope you enjoyed this
We
video.
hope you enjoyed. And I hope you enjoyed. And bye bye.